every year, a little over $1,000 a year. And so that, you can't say anything about that. State Farm, so you can see 972. So we'll go through this one. That's the liability insurance. Why they were running a racketeer operation. See, there's a policy number. State Farm doesn't want to do anything about it, but they represented in court that they had the right to work on Mr. Belfort's property, and the attorneys made representations for State Farm hired. State Farm, okay, it's all State Farm. It's a 7,200. Okay, breakdown on checks. Gail Kern, the attorney, she profited. She's the one that has the liens on everybody's property. You notice they got the invoices here on that. Okay, but not when they're writing the checks to themselves. Okay, we could call her to justify all this money that she's made all these representations managing Wilcox Ranch, and then now we have no road maintenance. They're saying it doesn't exist, and Gail Agnes Kern, policy number 1620, is refusing to even talk to us about it. Why she's profiting, leaning, threatening, quieting titles with other attorneys, recording documents with Washoe County, the co-actors. Gail Kern, okay, all these invoices. So she's managing this. She's an attorney, supposed to know the law, and she's supposed to protect both sides of the law. She's involved in some kind of a check fraud scheme here, racketeering operation. Threats. We have all the threats in the documents. I have it all. I have all of it. Been studying this stuff for 3 years, telling them about it, noticing, informing them. They're refusing to do anything about it. Our titles are defective. We were sold a fraudulent titles, fraudulent representations by attorneys. And this is all Gail Kern's profiting. She got a nice little chunk. How many times does this go over and over with these associations? This is part of the racketeering operations with homeowners associations. Now she's got another thing. All of a sudden now Leach, Kern, Gruch, Anderson, Song. Okay, look at all this. Right about the time that Mr. Belfort, 18, when they attacked him, just racking up these charges. And then they say it doesn't exist. Leach, Kern, Gruchow, Anderson, Song, they're liable for this. They're attorneys. They know better. Again, it just keeps going with them. They're getting all the money. No wonder we don't have any road work done. Look at it, just on and on and on with them. Now she's refusing to correct, stop, and correct, break down and check. Rochelle Muscart. Okay, this is William's wife. Why is she getting this much money? What is going on here? This is a tax evasion scheme or something. Okay, I want to see these people's business license, and they're accounting for all this stuff. Okay, and you'll see she's just getting all these checks. Okay, 600, no accounting for any of it, and then no endorsement. Okay, like it was done on. You'll notice that all her checks don't have any endorsements. They're cashing these checks. Okay, and there's some theories about this, about how this money, I don't know if there's some kickbacks going on or what. This needs to be investigated with these people. Okay, these are friends of them or something. And the way they did all this, where the half and half, they get all this, it amounts to about 400 work hours of labor, and with no accounting for any of it. It's wrong. Okay, they didn't do this. Like $750. Okay, doesn't have anything, no endorsement, cashing these checks, just over and over, $15,000 plus, and no road work or very minimal, no base rock brought in. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, 775, just same thing, all the way down, all the way down. She's getting these checks, and her husband's the one that left the dozer abandoned on the side of someone's property. Now it's a boat anchor. Had the part and everything, refusing to give it to me so I could fix it, so we could clean up the roads when there's a problem. My title's defective. I have no, and we have no emergency service access by the fire department, medical, or any of it. So we have defective titles, and Washoe County is attacking Mr. Belfort. Why this is going on, refusing to correct the problem. Here she is again, 300. No endorsement, 350. Round numbers, no time card, just make the shit up. And here it is, 225. Okay, I want to see their business license when they were doing this. Okay, 650, no endorsement. How far did this go back? This is only 5 years. Okay, we need to go back the 15 years and do a forensic audit on the bank account. And it needs to be done by some forensic accountants. 400. 300. You like that? Just 600. Just nice round numbers all the way through. Little paydays. 300. To me, they probably did do a little bit of work, but not 400 hours worth of work. That'd be, let's see, 40 hours a week. That'd be 10 weeks of road work. Well, that certainly didn't happen. Okay, you're not going to bullshit me on that. For what? 500. Has she got a business running this? Do they have a business? 300. 750. Everyone's complaining about no road work during this time. 850. 600. 1550. And here, you go down to the county, and the district attorney has a nice little placard up there about check fraud, and like they're real proud of it, but yet they won't do anything about this with sworn verified claims. 1050, no endorsement. 850, just on and on and on. 1406, they're just, no accounting for any of it. Who are these people? Now we got Natalie Naring. She gets $17.49 in a nonprofit where the president, secretary, treasurer getting all the money. Everyone's complaining about the road work, but they're just writing all the checks to themselves. There's no base rock put down. There's very nothing. 2,200, boom. For what? Nothing. That one was endorsed. 1260. Okay, 670. I don't know what that's for. There's nothing in the records. There's no invoices. There's no hours. There's no hour meter from the equipment. Nothing to prove any of this. They just wrote the checks to themselves. 500. So in this period, they get $20,000, and Moose Guards get $20,000 approximately. That's $40,000. Well, no wonder. Everyone's putting $187 a year in there. There's not a lot of money to do the road work, especially when they're getting all the money. 350. And they're not supposed to be doing it anyways. It's against the bylaws. 1050. Natalie Naring. 1625. Okay, they got greater rental right here on this one. Okay, but how do we know? You just make this up. Oh, we did it here. Here, this is in 15. 625 grading. Okay, they're putting it now. There's a few of them with that in there. But how do you verify this? I don't know. I wasn't there at that time. Okay, you're using everybody's money. You better have your documents tightened up and have receipts for everything. They don't have it. Okay, they're stealing the money. You don't run business like this. And Washoe County District Attorneys refusing their duty. Dereliction of duty, perjury of oath. Okay, they have the sworn verified claims, not even a phone call. Mary M. Canderas, 600. 300. Okay, there's about a 70-80% overbilling, fraud going on in here, in my opinion. Okay, I'm not a forensic auditor, But I'll tell you what, this is something wrong here. Okay, there's no anything. And like I said, this is 5 years. Let's go back. Let's go back 15 years that they've been operating this thing and all the representation. Then they want to say it doesn't exist anymore. Greater rental, 975. I mean, I didn't vote for this. If I had known this, I didn't know any of this stuff. I came in on this property in 17. But I'm seeing what they're doing here. I attempted to clean it up, and then I got attacked. When I started, looking at this, they started attacking me. James Lee Schreck threatening to bury myself and Mr. Belfort. Why we're in a court proceeding that wasn't concluded. Okay, that's part of the racketeering. Threats. Okay, you're leaning on my title rights. I was sold a bill of goods, a faulty title. Okay, so this was sent to State Farm, and Patrick Ramey Millsap, attorneys 12043. That's his policy number. That's going to be that's a disbarment. Defendants, co-actors. This guy has knowledge about this, and he's refusing to stop and correct. He's guilty. Okay, here it is. Here he was Senate right here. Wallace and Millsap LLC and State Farm. Okay, that's the conclusion of Exhibit 9. Stand by for Exhibit 10.